vlog number 2. Today was actually hard when I was thinking about what to talk about in the vlog today. It was a little harder than day 1 for some reason, just because I could go anywhere from here. So I thought I'd just talk a little bit about my day-to-day in my quest for the intentional life. Nothing too exciting, but some things to think about. I had my whole day scheduled out, as I was talked about yesterday, putting the specific things I'm wanting to do at specific times, and it got, of course, changed because on days that I do that, and now I'm doing that, trying to do that most of the time, of course, my little one got up really early, so everything got kind of switched around. Thankfully, my husband had the day off today, and he ended up doing a lot of stuff for us because he's wonderful, and it's so awesome having him as a partner. So that helped a ton, and also, it was very cool because even though I wasn't able to do certain things at the scheduled times because of being able to hang out with my sweet little baby, because they were even just in my schedule, they were in my mind and I was referring to it, and I was able to fit them in at other times of the day. So that was pretty cool. Also today I got to hang out with one of my very best friends for a few hours, which is great. It's really cool having a flexible schedule now. I mean, very flexible. I'm taking care of my kiddo during the day, and then I teach a couple nights a week, so it's very flexible, and it's really neat to be able to hang out with a friend in the middle of the day. I don't take that for granted either. It's awesome. Not everybody gets to do stuff like that, so it's very cool. But it did make me think, what do I want to talk about today in the vlog? Well, at various points, I'm going to talk about what parts of life are things that I'm working on as far as living an intentional life. And relationship building is absolutely one of the most critical parts of living intentionally, and for a couple of reasons. And I'll talk about them. So I was able to hang out with her today, and got some good family time in today, which was awesome. A little bit about my background. I have been in the social service field for most of my adult working life, and there's been ups and downs about that. Some really fulfilling times and really hard times, which I'll probably talk about too. And I have in previous work that I've done, that's where I've done some vlogging, so if you've ever seen any of those, you've seen that. I have built my whole adult life and much of my life around people. I am incredibly extroverted, so there's been times in my life where I was so extroverted I really didn't need any time by myself. That is not the case now. I need some time by myself, but I left a really demanding social service position 4 years ago, started a health coaching practice, which I only had for a couple of years, and that was just due to not having the intensity of passion that I wanted to have to build a big business as a health coach specifically. So, but at the time I left a full-time social service position, and I've only had part-time social service positions or doing health coaching, things like that, since that time. And so I'm getting less people time, as a lot of stay-at-home moms do, and so you have to get more creative. So that's one of the big things that I'm going to be working on in my intentionality quest of my life, is consistently about building relationship and what that looks like at different stages in my life. And some of it is not going to be just me focused, because I want to think about how to build relationship for my little one too, and what's going to be best for her, but both are important. And also something that I learned doing social work was, because I worked with primarily individuals who were homeless for much of it, something that I saw was that a lot of them, especially after we moved them into housing, didn't have a lot of social support, very little. And a lot of times I was just doing like a monthly visit with them, and it was just heartbreaking really to tear myself away every time. It was hard for me to make it to the next appointment on time because it was hard for me to leave, because I knew that sometimes I was one of the only people that was coming in and showing kindness and love and concern, listening, and they weren't getting that people contact, and we just need it. So one of the ways that we can really change the world, I truly believe, is by building relationship with people and loving people. It is so powerful, so important. So I'm going to continually be working on that. I encourage all of us to be doing that too. And we'll share more in the coming days and weeks and months. And so until then, I would love to hear from you, your thoughts on this, your thoughts about intentional living, whatever you're up to, on my Facebook page, The Intentionality Quest. And until then, and always, let's love God, love others, and live intentionally.